Less than 2 months after the quiet Australians elected a government of common sense and budget prudence, or so they thought, it seems that the epidemic of political correctness is still in full swing in Canberra, and it's the government that's leading it this time. Although, to be fair here, some of it is coming from public servants and departments. But if they wanted to, the government, ministers and MPs, well, they could shut it all down. Let's start with the census. Now, I'm sure you thought that the census was there to record facts. Either you've got kids or you don't. Either you own your own home or you don't. Either you're an Australian-born citizen or you're not. You work a certain number of hours per week or you don't. These are questions of objective fact. It's true or it's not. And while people could readily give incorrect answers to something like, say, the ancestry question, that's still a matter of objective fact. You were born in Australia or you were not. But the job of the Australian Bureau of Statistics in recording objective fact now seems to be under review, with reports over the weekend that the ABS is considering multiple options for a new gender question. What else? Gender question, of course. New gender question in the upcoming census due in a couple of years' time. More than 99% of people are born either male or female. You're either one or the other. And even the people who feel that they're a male trapped in a female body or vice versa and go through a transition generally become one or the other. Indeed, recognition of their gender change is a significant step in overcoming the mental health issues that often accompany the 1% of the population who struggle with the sex they were born into. But for the 99% of us, our gender is an objective measure, which astounds me that the ABS is looking to change this question on the census. It's long been the counter-cultural left's view that nothing is objective and that everything, including gender, is just a social construct. Of course, they're wrong. Much is socially determined, but much is not, and must be recognised as objective fact. And objective fact, not this social construct theory, is the job of the ABS. Now, this all matters because the census is an important document that's supposed to inform our policymakers about what we need to do, to build and to prepare for, to ensure we have the services needed for Australia's future. Dropping male and female from the gender question is wrong. It's wrong in fact, and it's wrong in terms of proper policy making. The ABS shouldn't pander to leftist fads about gender being whatever you choose it to be, and when it does, the government and the minister need to pull them into line. Now, another dumb idea I thought I need to raise tonight is Scott Morrison's commitment yesterday to buy the house where Bob Hawke was born, in Bordertown in South Australia, and to renovate it for the cost of almost $800,000. Now, since when has it been the job of the federal government to turn the birthplaces of prime ministers into political shrines and spend close to $1 million of your money to do so? I'm all in favour of honouring former prime ministers, as you'd expect, but surely a plaque on the buildings they once lived in, like they do very well in Britain, surely that's enough. Before someone reminds me, I appreciate that the former homes of former Prime Ministers Joe Lyons, John Curtin and Ben Chifley are now in public hands, but that's through personal bequest in the case of the Chifley property, and through local council or through state government acquisition, not federal taxpayers wading in. And I might add also that the other 3 homes I mentioned were actually lived in by these men in question as adults around the time and including and beyond they were Prime Minister, not just somewhere they lived in for a short time around birth. My concern here is that what the federal government does for one, it'll have to do for all. Does this mean we're going to buy the Paul Keating family home, or John Howard's, or Kevin Rudd's, Julia Gillard's, Tony Abbott's, Malcolm Turnbull's, if we can afford it? I mean, are we going to buy and restore them all? Not to mind the ongoing costs that run to thousands of dollars every year. No doubt this might have seemed like a good idea in the emotion of Hawke's passing, but it hasn't been thought through. Besides, why would you spend nearly $800,000 to buy and renovate a house when the house average price in Bordertown in South Australia, well, that's just $162,000. We're spending $800,000, The average in the town, 162,000. Now, census changes and the Hawke House in Bordertown owned by the taxpayer. Two bloody dumb ideas. I just hope there's someone here in Canberra who can see they're dumb and someone who's prepared to fix the problems.